we are buying these churches. We bought 3 churches so far, converted them to masjids, and now we have one we are buying with a school to make it, because we have to serve the same people. The people who were part of that community, one day they will be Muslims.
That was in Florida, and this story has gotten very little coverage, but that is the goal. Buy churches, turn them into mosques, the Islamification of America, and it's happening in places like Dearborn, Michigan, and Minneapolis, Minnesota, and many other small cities and towns all across the country. Congressman John James is running for governor of Michigan. President Donald Trump endorsed him last week. Congressman, it's good to see you again. And I invited you on tonight after we spoke last week because I think this part of the story is really important. You represent a district just north of Dearborn, just north of Detroit, with thousands of Muslims. Arabic is very common. And of course, many are good people just living their lives, paying taxes. They have embraced being American. But how big a problem is this total lack of assimilation with so many recent immigrants to this country?
Look, when large segments of a community appear more loyal to foreign flags and ideologies and parallel systems other than American laws and symbols, it raises legitimate questions about integration. Look, I fought for everyone in this country when I deployed to Operation Iraqi Freedom. I swore an oath to the Constitution, and the requirement that we have is that you abide by our laws and you assimilate with our culture. When you refuse to do that, that's the type of hyphenated division that is tearing this country apart. There's no place for it in America, and there's no place for it for the future of our children.
Is this a touchy subject in Michigan for you as you campaign?
I mean, no, frankly. Most people have common sense. Most people can see know a takeover when they see it. But we need to have a governor that won't have sanctuary cities, won't have Sharia law, will bring back common sense and consequences. And that's the kind of governor that I'm going to be. It's part of the reason why President Trump endorsed me for governor, because he recognizes that I'm going to continue to secure our border, I'm going to continue to bring law and order, and I'm going to continue to make sure we put America first.
And you are way out in front in the polls. You tweeted that when I'm governor, quote, "We will fiercely defend religious liberty, stand with our churches, and stop the assault on Michigan values. No more attacks on Christians." How do you do that as governor? How do you address what's happening in places like Dearborn?
Well, it's open season on Christians all over the world, but increasingly in America. And we're not going to have that. We have the First Amendment protecting freedom of expression, and it seems like Christianity is singled out as negative. We're going to make sure that everybody's religion is respected. But of course, even standing up for Christianity is going to be something that I do to lead by example. I will lead with Christ's love, loving everyone first. That is not a request, that is a command. And so I will love everyone, but I'm also going to enforce our laws. We have existing laws against treason and sedition. We have existing laws for people who break our rules and our culture. And I will be enforcing that because frankly, everybody wants the same things. If you're normal, you want safe streets, you want better schools, you want healthy families. And that's what I'm going to be bringing for everyone. But if you step outside of that and you try to increase violence or hateful rhetoric or try to change our laws or our customs, then we're going to have a problem.
Okay. I'm not sure if you saw this. This is Dearborn, Michigan yesterday. Let's play the video. Not an American flag in sight. That's the first thing that sticks out to me. How did you react to seeing that?
I didn't go and fight extremists to have them on our doorstep here. Under no circumstances will we be a home in Michigan for extremism. This is one nation.
Is this extremism to you?
One nation under God. When you are supplanting the rules of a foreign nation, if you are supplanting American rules and regulations, then those are the types of things that are, frankly, existing laws against sedition and treason. And if there are people who are breaking American laws, then I will make sure they are held accountable to the fullest extent of the law. Look, our First Amendment is not a shield for the rest of our constitutional rights. We have a right to live in safety. We have a right to peaceably assemble. But when someone is saying that America's rights and America's rules should be subjugated to the rules of a foreign country, there are laws against that, and we will be enforcing those laws.
John James, we'll have you back. Appreciate you being here. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.